So the unthinkable has happened, and Lionel Messi has communicated to Barcelona that he wishes to leave immediately. What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? BugaLuis here, and welcome to a very unique, intense video that we have prepared for you guys today, because it's absolutely going mad on Twitter. Basically, the entire world of football is just coming to a halt because it's official now. Through inside sources of Messi and the club, we now know that the Argentinian number 10 wants to leave Barcelona ASAP, and that includes not showing up for COVID-19 tests at Barcelona, and that also includes not turning up to training. The decision by Messi is finite. Messi doesn't believe anymore in Barcelona's sporting project, and he wants to pursue somewhere else where he can actually feel competitive in the top of Europeans elite. Messi leaving is such a weird thing, and I honestly wasn't prepared to deal with this. I believe that I do not need to explain to you guys the why of Messi leaving, because it's evident. The board, the club, everything all together in conjunction has created this chaos. A chaos where it probably will take at least 2, 3, 4, 5 years to fix. Years that Messi simply does not have, and that is why he's so adamant of trying to leave the club. But how exactly is Lionel Messi trying to pursue this move away? Because we know that he has a release clause of 700 million euros, and that Bartomeu and the board will of course put it very difficult for him to resign his contract. A team out there in Europe in these circumstances under COVID-19 and how the economy is doing globally are not capable of paying that amount of money for a 33-year-old. Simply, there's not enough budget in anyone's wallet to be able to afford that amount. So the way that Messi is looking at to get rid out of his contract is that there is a clause that it was implemented the last time he renewed with Barcelona, saying that he had the possibility of leaving in the last month of every single season that he plays from then onwards to decide whether he wants to continue or not. And that means also that Lionel Messi could leave for free. The way that Messi representatives are actually trying to kind of perceive this motion is that due to the fact that the COVID-19 has postponed the European football season, the contract that would normally have ended in June, but now it ends in August. So they're saying that Messi still has the possibility of resigning his contract and admitting to wanting to leave, and therefore he could leave for free at the end of it. The way that Barcelona is responding to the matter is that they're saying that the contract of course ends in June, and the kind of postponement of COVID-19 and therefore the season metaphorically ending in August doesn't have to do anything with the paperwork, because what you sign on paper is what you sign on paper. You don't have clauses like this in a situation because no one could have kind of envisioned COVID-19. So there's no way that there's actually a clause there saying that, oh, if there's a pandemic, this is going to happen, Messi will be able to leave, the contract will be extended. So Barcelona can hold onwards to that, but then you also have to ask if Barcelona actually wants to keep a player like Messi like this in such a state where he's just completely adamant and furious and wanting to leave. I don't have to come here and say that Barcelona is already planning an emergency meeting to deal with this matter, and that is honestly what they have to do. Bartomeu and every single other sporting director in this club, every single board member have to get together and actually decide what they have to do. Some of us are going to be putting into perspective that Messi is just saying this to kind of actually force Bartomeu to resign right now, ASAP. And even that could be a possibility, but I'm not really that quite sure, because even if that were to happen, there is still kind of a moment, a time period of 3 to 4 months where you still need to do all of the votes with the kind of current situation of COVID. So it takes a lot of planning, so then you can actually get the new board members through the door. And Messi, I believe, is not thinking that far ahead, because he knows that he doesn't have that time. If the season already starts, there's no way for him to move somewhere else. So it's now or never for Messi, and that is a position that he is taking. But even with all of that being said, then how does this leave Barcelona at the current moment? Well, they have absolutely no idea. There's no way that I can respond to this early on. And be sure that we're going to be covering a lot of the news as it continues to come. But for the moment being, it's just a huge kind of gap in everything. The planning, everything has to stop. Because if Messi is not there in your club, then something must change, and that thing has to be Bartomeu. There's absolutely no way in hell that you're gonna be letting the best player ever in history even leave without a penny. Like, come on, not even the sense of Messi getting out of your club and him wanting to leave is your fault. Like, that is completely up to him for blame. Everything that Bartomeu has done has led to this moment. But the fact of the matter is that even if you let him go, you're letting him go for free? My goodness, this guy deserves some sort of award. Can we create a Nobel Prize for the fraud of the year? Like, is that actually a thing? And just before I close off this video, which is honestly just super fast done, I have to come and say that if Messi leaves in this current situation, I honestly believe that some perspective of my views on him will change. Because you have Roma, Liverpool, Bayern, everything happened to you, and you prove that you do not have that fight, that hunger in you to provide any further and actually stay when the moment is down, is low. I don't know, like for the absolutely neutral, this could mean nothing, you know? But for me, for someone who has left Barcelona from the moment before Guardiola up to here, is just kind of saying that Messi doesn't really value or himself as the best player ever. He just wants to continue like anybody else. And that tells you a little bit about him, tells you his personality, his everything, and why he's praised so much and why I still respect him as a footballer and everything. But it's just sad, you know, it's just sad that it has culminated to this. It has culminated to a moment where even your best player, the guy who actually bleeds Barcelona, doesn't feel that he wants to continue here anymore. And I do not know if the departure of Suarez or the way that Koeman has conducted this massive exodus had to do anything with it. I believe it could probably, but it's just really sad to see, to be honest. You do not know what are we kind of getting into. This is going to be the weirdest, most intense month in football we have seen ever. A part of me still wants to believe that this is just Lionel Messi trying to create another moment of magic by sacking Bartomeu with his own hands, literally, because he has the power to do so, you know, by handing in these facts. Bartomeu just literally has no other option than to resign. But we do not know how this is going to be carried on, so stay tuned to this channel. Follow me on all other social media because we are going to continue updating you throughout the next following days, which will be probably the biggest, most intense week of football, especially for Barcelona, like I've said, that we've ever seen. That's going to be it for right now, guys. See you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.